Shalom, 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 shalom. Tuesday night lesson, man. Welcome back. Hopefully today's lesson is edifying. Um, don't got as much clips as and video clips that I had last time, but I do have one clip. We're gonna look at it. It's going to be kind of our guide for tonight. Um, and we'll do it like that. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and salute in. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of his only begotten Son, the firstborn of every creature, right? Who is an instrument of salvation for the nation. I'm your brother Danal. We got the brother Obadiah, brother Azrael, and soon to be joining us, I believe, will be brother Isaiah, right? Before we start, I'm gonna go ahead and play the blowing of the shofar. This is um the one by the brother Obadiah, man. Right? So I'll play that now. Come. So got a good lesson for you guys today, man. The title of today's video is "Ever Get Your Chain Snatched?" Question mark. Have you ever gotten snatched? Um, if you haven't, you know what I'm saying. I've never got it snatched, but I know in the world, getting your chain snatched is a big deal. Right? I want to set the know the word, man. I want to set the stage by bringing up this precept before we share this quick little clip I have um, in Ezekiel. Right, we're gonna read Ezekiel 12 and I think through 15. Yeah, through 15. If I could have Brother Azrael kick it off for us tonight.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 12. And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thy head.
This is the Most High speaking to the nation of Israel, right? Saying that he lit us up with jewels, right? Everywhere on us. He lit us up, right? 13.
13. Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Right, man. Right. We did prosper into a kingdom. Being linked up with the Most High, we got kudos for that. We got recognition for that. We created an aura about us, created a personality about us, a reputation about us, right? That thou didst prosper into a kingdom. Kingdoms are known everywhere. All your peers know about the kingdom. If there is a kingdom, everybody knows about the United Kingdom, whether you just heard about it or you've been there or you've done the history, right? But these things are known. Verse 14.
14. And thy renown went and thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
Right? But what happened?
Verse 15. But thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playedst the harlot because of thy renown, and pouredst out thy fornications on everyone that passed by. His it was.
Right. He said that, even after he decked us out, it didn't really mean nothing to us because we still did what we wanted to do. Right. We still were hypocrites in the side of his eyes. So we're gonna dive into that a little bit today. Title of the lesson is called "Ever Get Your Chain Snatched?" We're gonna look at it through spiritual lenses, of course. And we're gonna explain why some of us may be getting our chains snatched, have gotten our chains snatched spiritually. And we're not gonna leave you guys hanging. We're gonna help you guys out. If you got it snatched, we're gonna help you get it back. Right? We're gonna help you get it back. Let me share my screen and we'll jump into this video clip. A lot of you guys have probably seen this movie before, probably seen this infamous scene, this famous scene. But we're gonna dive into it today. Y'all let me know if you can hear my my audio.
Fair use.
Fair use, fair use. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it now.
What's up? What's your little Beamer?
Yeah.
It come with a maid and a butler and everything, huh?
Rashad, I'm
Excuse me.
sorry.
Aaron, is it? I don't know this person right here. I bet you
He said, I don't know this person right here.
had a nice little laugh about this, huh?
Got that chain took, got that necklace snatched.
Give me back my necklace.
No.
Give me my damn necklace back.
Man, watch out.
The only thing different about me is my address.
Why are you here?
I want you to tell me that you forgive me. Tell me that you still care.
I don't.
Cold-hearted, man. Everybody know that infamous scene, man. Everybody know that infamous scene. That was ATL. That was the infamous moment when he found out who she truly was, and he took that chain. Right? How many of us know that the Most High does that to us spiritually? Right? So we're gonna be diving into that same dynamic. We're gonna be diving into how many of us brothers and sisters we live double lives as well, right? So let's get into it. I'm gonna share my let's get into some scriptures here. Let me take this off. Share screen. And I'm gonna have Brother Azrael read Ezekiel 16 and 12 one more time for me.
Con Ezekiel 16 and verse 12. And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head.
Right, a beautiful crown upon thy head. Let's get into some intro scriptures here. Let's set the stage. Let's go to Isaiah and verse number 3. We're gonna start at verse number 18, and we might read to 21. This is Isaiah chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 18.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 18. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their coals in their round tires like the moon.
It says, in that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, their calls, right? What it says in verse 19?
The chains.
The what?
The chains.
The what?
The chains. Debo snatch.
Chains. The chains. He's gonna snatch them chains, man. He's gonna pull a TI. You know, I bet you had a real good laugh about this. He's gonna snatch it. Keep reading.
And the bracelets, and the mufflers, the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, and nose jewels.
Right.
The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimplers, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils.
You can start right there. There's a bunch of stuff that the Most High gave us, man.
Some of that stuff I don't even know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Rashad just gave her that necklace, and you see how mad he was. The Most High gives us all of this, right? Go ahead.
But just like Red on Friday when Debo snatched his chain, say, my grandma gave me that chain.
Right.
Same thing, man.
There's no situation where you get your chain snatched and you feel good, right? A lot of times when we get chains, we feel like we've earned it or it has some type of sentimental value. And when it's taken, some people take it as disrespect. Some people take it as as a moment of mourning, but it's okay because tonight we're gonna figure some things out. We're gonna teach you how to regain your chain, how to get back your chain, right? But first, man, let me continue setting the stage real quick. Isaiah 59 and verse number 2, right? He said some things in this video that I want to point out, man. Isaiah 59 and verse 2.
Come the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
Right, man. When she got her chain snatched, she said, "Give me back my chain." Right? First of all, I want to let it be known that nothing that the Most High gives us is ours. It belongs to him. We on borrowed time. I think Nick Saban, this is kind of off topic, but on topic. Nick Saban, he used to coach for LSU, I believe.
Nick Saban, he was a coach for Alabama, the one that retired.
Right. Before Alabama, he was at LSU.
He did coach at LSU, yeah.
Right. And he said one of the things about LSU was, they're very upfront with their coaches when they said, "Hey, look, this isn't your office. You're borrowing this office. If you don't do your job, it'll be somebody else's office." Right. Likewise, with the chain that the Most High gives us, it's not ours. We're just borrowing it, man. Right? We're just borrowing it. It says that he will not hear us when we're in our iniquity. Right? Same thing for Nunu in the clip. She could try to, "Hey, give me my chain back." I said, "Give me back my chain." Right? She cursing and everything. The man not stunning her though. You know what I'm saying? That man said, "Man, watch out." You know what I'm saying?
Also, too, what he say, "I don't know who this is standing in front of me."
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, we're gonna walk this thing out, right? He said, pretty much watch out. He wasn't trying to hear nothing she had to say. Because when you mess up, right? Here's the thing: like when you mess up, and we're gonna get into this too. Your best bet is to confess it yourself, because when somebody else finds out your mess up, it often ends bad. It often ends in you being disrespected, you not being heard out, right? So when the Most High finds you out, that you've been living a double life, he's gonna snatch that chain, man, and he's not going to hear you. He's not gonna let you try to justify it, right? It just in general, somebody double crossed you or whatever, and you find out, it's easy to say I'm sorry after somebody else calls you out on your BS, right? And you didn't come forth with it, right? Now, if you come forth with it without them knowing, now it seems like it's been weighing heavy on you, and you really wanted to get it out. You want to make things right. But if I have to come to you and point out something to you, and now you saying you sorry and all of this stuff, I don't think it's genuine. You just saying sorry because you got what? Caught. You saying sorry because you got caught. I got a couple. Let me see. I got one more precept before we dive deeper into this. Right, Matthew 7 and 23. Right, the brother hit it on the head. We've been moving in the spirit here, man. We've been moving in the spirit here. Boom. Matthew 7:23.
Matthew 7 and 23. And then will I profess, my bad. Then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
That's what brother Azrael was about to go into. If you want to go into, you can go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like he said, who this? I don't even know this person in front of me. He said, that's your little Beamer, right? Because the Most High God will look. Oh, you got a big congregation in my name. Oh, that's you. All right. That's yours.
What did he say? He said, What Aaron is it? Right? I thought your name was Nunu. He said Aaron is it? Right?
Pastor is it? Bishop is it?
Right.
Deacon is it?
Chief?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Chief
Yeah.
is it? Right?
Chief, that's you? Oh, okay. Priest, that's you? All right. I don't even know who this person is in front of me. That's what
Right.
he's saying, man. He's literally saying that because whatever you think that you were hiding in the gifts that you had, you were hiding it, but you can't hide from the Most High God. The Most High God is gonna find out, and He's not gonna judge you based off of what you have. He's gonna judge you based off your actions, right? In the movie, Rashad wasn't judging her based off of what she had. He judged her based off of what she did. She lied. She lied to him. It wasn't the fact that she had nice things and he was treating her different because she had nice things. It's because the principle of lying. So
Right.
God, of course, God wants us to have nice things, but the more you sin, the more you become disguised to the Most High God.
Right, man.
He won't recognize you.
Lying for no reason, man. Right. One thing I want to point out, right, especially in this lesson, on a reason why she got her chain snatched is because of several things, right? Three things three takeaways that I had in mind. One of them was being lukewarm. Being lukewarm. You can't be lukewarm. That's a number one way the Most High would snatch that chain off your neck. Let's get a Revelation real quick. So you say, how does she get in this predicament? How does she get in this predicament? One, by being lukewarm. Revelation 3 and verse 16. Right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Right.
So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right, man. You know, she was living a double life. She was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. She was hood by day, you know, and she was, you know, rich by night. I mean, yeah, rich by night. Sometimes it varied, but she was living a double life, man. And that's one way you'll get caught up. Because and I don't have this precept written down, but I'll roughly paraphrase it. You might think you're fooling somebody, but you're not fooling the Most High, whose eyes is 10 times brighter than the sun, who sees everything. Right. Not only does he see your outer appearance, new, right, but he sees the matters of the heart. He knows you. Ain't no getting out of that, right? I got another precept here, man. And oftentimes we go into this for different reasons, but I thought it was fitting. Right. We're gonna go to the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse number 20. Galatians 5 and 20. Whoever's next. You're on mute, brother.
It's my turn? Okay. Galatians 5 and 20. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath,
Emulations. Right? Emulations. Right? I want to get the end of this. Go ahead and you can start from that day.
You said start where?
Right here.
Oh, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
Come on. My screen just. There you go. But I want to put emphasis on emulations right here. Right? Emulation. You cannot emulate. You cannot emulate somebody that's righteous. You cannot emulate holiness. There's no way to do it. You putting on a facade, it's not going to work, right? I know oftentimes we do this, like, you know, trying to emulate somebody or whatever. But even when when we're talking about, you can't emulate putting on being a new creature. You can't emulate that. You might fool some people, but you're not going to fool the Most High, right? So, being lukewarm and her emulating something that she was not, right? She was emulating, a hood chick, right? That could skate, man, and pop her gum and all of that. She was emulating something that she was not. Deep down inside, she might have felt like that was her, right? But at the same time, she was emulating, and then she got to go home and be a whole different person. Take all the gel out her hair, right? Comb it so it's straight, look like a white girl, And that's a lot of people in the truth. That's a lot of people that's in the world in general, spiritually. When you in front of people, right? You're this, you're what the people want to see. Behind closed doors, you're somebody else. You can spin it several ways. When you go out on the street, you know what I'm saying? It's death to the white man. And then when you go home, your best friend white. You know what I'm saying? You kicking it with your co-workers, right? I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you can't be going out looking like Nunu, but going back home living a whole different life, right? But a lot of us do that, and a lot of us get our chains snatched, right? Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get caught, you're gonna get found out, you're gonna get caught up. Somebody gonna be catch on, and you're gonna get blown up for the world to see. Not blown up physically, but like, it's gonna you're gonna get put on Front Street, and you're gonna have that same moment of what getting your chain snatched. So being lukewarm, being an emulator, another thing that's
being an emulator, it's saying you can't get to the kingdom because it's literally lying, right? You can emulate something, but that's not what you actually are. You can emulate the righteous, but if deep down inside you're not righteous, I mean, you're lying. You can emulate, you can emulate so much, but at the end of the day, it's an emulation. It's not the real thing. Deep down inside, who you really are is what you go home to every day. Is what you go to sleep as every night, right? So you can emulate all you want to, but the reason why emulators won't get into the kingdom is because it's a lie. At the end of the day, you're bearing false witness on yourself.
Con, man.
Misleading, deceiving.
You're not just fooling everybody else, you're fooling yourself, right? You're fooling yourself. Another thing that stuck out to me, I kind of mentioned already, being lukewarm, being an emulator, trying to be someone she wasn't, right? That's really all it means. Trying to be somebody that she was not, right? This is Job 27:8. Next reader, whoever it is.
Job 27:8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he have gained when God taketh away his soul?
Right. What is the hope of a hypocrite? What is the hope of somebody that's pretending to be somebody that he or she is not? You might gain, Nunu gained a lot. She gained popularity, right? She was that girl. From the beginning of the movie to that point, she was that girl. Everybody wanted Nunu. Everybody wanted to be Nunu's friend. Though he has gained, in this truth, man, right? You can be a hypocrite, gain a bunch of followers, a bunch of soldiers underneath you, right? A lot of minions. Even if you're not even technically in that aspect, if you're a woman, you just gain a lot of friends like Nunu, right? You a man, you gain a lot of friends, people that think you're something that you're not, right?
Gain a lot of followers, likes, subscribers.
It said, what is your hope? Even though you gained all this stuff, likes, followers, subscribers, money, right? So-called friends. Some people 3-4 wives, right? Though you have gained, what is your hope? Because at deep down inside, you're a hypocrite, and you having a double life. When God taketh away your soul, you all that is counted for nothing, right? When God snatched that chain, man, hey, Nunu, she was on top of the world. Even when she pulled up, she had a little fake sad face on. It didn't really get real to that chain got snatched away, right? And she was really feeling it. Up until that point, she still thought she had a little chance until that soul gets snatched out of you, right? And he's saying, hey, man, get away from me, you that work iniquity. Depart from me, I never knew you. Aaron, is it? Yeah, I don't know who that is. I thought you was so-and-so, right? Thought you was so-and-so. Let's go to Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 12 and verse 22. Let me click on. Go ahead.
Proverbs 12 and 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight.
Right, man. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, just like to anybody. You find out somebody lying to you, man, or is a liar, you kind of want to cut that person off forever. But those that deal truly, like I know this person, I know this, he's the same person when I see him, and he's the same person when I catch him slipping. When I pull up on him at the gas station, he don't see me. He's the same person. Their brother don't only got fringes on when we hang out, but when I see him in the grocery store, he got his fringes on. You know, not living a double life. That's the people that are truly a delight. When you run it, and we all done met Israelites, man. You know, people that say they're in the truth. You know, commandment keepers. When you find somebody and you catch them slipping and they still keeping commandments, you're like, oh, that's a good brother right there. That's a good sister. You know what I'm saying? You know, you find somebody that ain't got their fringes on, man, and you know they wasn't counting on seeing nobody. You kind of got to throw questions up in your head, man. Everybody throw questions up in their head when they see that, right? Go ahead, Obadiah.
And you got some people in the truth. They have different type of social media pages, one for the truth and one for the world. So they got one page they use for the truth, and the other page they try to keep on the down low, and it's for people in the world. You know, only people in the world follow them. People in the truth don't know about it, and they post the worldly stuff.
That brother Obadiah got 5 pages, man.
Hey, it's for the truth though.
Yeah, I'm playing. The brother Obadiah, he got 5 pages for the truth, for sure. Don't get it twisted, bro. But like he's saying, man,
I ain't hiding that page, bro.
Yeah, man, we all know people like that, man. Hey, I know. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names. There's a brother I grew up with. He's not in the truth or nothing like that, but he has a wife and 2 kids, right? And I know that there was a situation where, you know, he was talking to this girl, and this girl didn't even know why, because she was dealing with him through his second account, because he was living a double life. One account, he was a family man. I'm talking about holiday pictures and everything. The second account, you know, he is single bachelor. You know what I'm saying? Right? But people be living them double lives, man. It's the people that, on Instagram, he a family man, and in person, he a family man. He's a delight. On Instagram, she's a trad wife. In person, she a trad wife. She a delight. And that goes for interspousal relationships too, right? One thing that spouses hate, right? I think most men get this more than women, but I know men hate going out into the public, having your wife be on her P's and Q's like she's a perfect wife, and then when you get back home, she a demon, right? Men hate that. You can put on this front for everybody, like you're righteous and you're totally submissive, but when we get back home, you're a demon. I know, you know, it works both ways. Women, you know, he in front of everybody else, he's this loving husband, and you get back home, he beating you. You know what I'm saying? But how much is it? How much of a delight is it when you can go out into the world and your husband or your wife is the same person out in the world as they are in the home, right? How much of delight is that? This is Matthew 7 and 15.
It's my turn.
Yeah, come on.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Right? Hey, Nunu didn't know she was a ravening wolf. She probably did. She had to know. She was lying, right? She was lying. She came to him, right, as a prophet, but in sheep's clothing, but inside she was a ravening wolf because she was pretending to be somebody that she wasn't. I want to tell you something, man. Spirits, you know, in the movie, even to Rashad, she couldn't outsmart Rashad. Rashad started putting two and two together. Before Esquire snitched on her, Rashad was putting 2 and 2 together, right?
See the tag.
And how much the tag, right? You know, and you know, you you telling me I can only drop you off here. I can't drop you off nowhere else. You know, it's pitch black outside, but you want to walk in the dark by yourself and all that. Rashad putting 2 and 2 together. He like, man, something wrong with this picture, right? I want to bring that up because you cannot outsmart God. You might come in sheep's clothing. That's cool, fine, and dandy, but you cannot outsmart the Most High, right? I don't have this precept down, but roughly paraphrasing, I'll get into it. Nunu, she was typically like a Pharisee. She made broad her phylacteries, right? She had the biggest earrings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Days on one time.
Southern girl. Y'all know that scene, man. She had the big earrings. She had the posse, right? Just like the Pharisees. She had the posse, right? She had her hair slicked down, right? What they say, fried, dyed, and laid to the side. She had it, right? She probably had she was up on the trends, and she overly dressed the part, right? Just like the Pharisees, but inside she was nothing like anything she was trying to portray, right? It's so crazy how people can live double lives like that. Think about it, man. She constantly around the twins and they mom and they ghetto housing situation, whatever, man. They seeing she constantly with the twins and they mom, but you going back home to the banks pretty much. How can you even sit there with a straight face like you're equal, not equal, but like that you're used to something like that. I'm sure that had to take some getting used to for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Azrael, you
got a Picasso in your house.
Right, man. Yeah. She had a Picasso in her house, and we seen how the twins was living. We seen their mom on the couch, man.
But that's how a lot of brothers, mainly brothers, man, that they want to be hood because they listen to NBA Youngboy, Kodak, Lil Baby. They watch all these hood movies, so they want to be hood, but they're not from the hood. So they put on a character, like they put on a whole nother role, and they try to fit in with the people from the streets. And they're like, bro, you don't gotta do that, man. Like that's not you.
Hey man, get off the brother from Hehira, bro. Get off the brother from Hehira, bro. We know he want to be young boy, so get off that brother, man.
Shout out to the brother Baruch, man.
I didn't know you was talking about that. But no, man, that's a thing though, bro. That's a thing, man. A lot of people do that. I grew up with some people that do that, man. Like, bro, you ain't got to act like that, man. But it's something that is glorified in the world. So a lot of our people want to act like that. But like the brother Azrael said, man, you kind of said like a Pharisee, man. You portraying something that you're not.
Right, man. Just like a Pharisee. This is James 1:8. Can I get a reader to read this for me?
This is my turn. James 1:8. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Women too, man. Right? You can't be double-minded. You got one foot in, one foot out. And it's gotta be stressful, right? At what point of the day is Nunu stress-free, right? She got to put this facade on in the daytime. When she get home around her parents, she got to put this other facade on, right? At what point is that stress relieving, right? What point do you get to take a load off? You don't, right? Because it gets to a point where now you got to focus on trying to leave Nunu where Nunu's supposed to be. You might come home and say something ghetto to your parents, and they be like, "What? Where is that coming from? You don't talk like that." A double-minded man or woman is unstable in all their ways, right? And I speak as a man, but we can see how unstable she was in that clip at the end, man. When she got that chain snatched, she ain't know what to do. She ain't know what to say. She ain't know what to think, right? She humbly came as her name. She humbly came as Aaron, right? At the beginning of the scene. She got her chain snatched. She had multiple personality disorder, but it was crashing. She give me my chain back. Then she kind of snapped into give me my chain. Like, you saw the
demon.
You both them personalities kind of
Demons
manifest at the same time, right? Then she tried to hone it back in and start crying and shedding tears and whatnot. But one thing like T.I. or like Rashad is the same thing like the Most High. You can see through all that BS, man. You can see through all that BS. And that's why you got your chain snatch, right? James 1:8. Let's go to Psalms real quick. Psalms 12 and 2.
Yeah, too, man. What did Nunu say? He said, what do you want from me? I want you to say that you forgive me. I want you to say that you still care. He said, I don't. This is the thing. When you get caught in iniquity, God do not care how sorry you are when you get caught in your iniquity, right? It's God's mercy that he forgives you or not, because he don't got to forgive you because you already stepped out of bounds, right? He blew that.
That's why he said
bounds.
Come, man. That's why he said that he would no more accept our sacrifices, man. Right? Because he said, hey, man, I don't accept y'all sacrifices for too long. I know it don't mean nothing. I know this sorry don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Brother Azrael, go ahead.
I was gonna say too, and like if you notice, a lot of times our forefathers get in trouble, man. They put the Most High in remembrance of the promise he gave to their forefathers that were righteous. Remember David, remember Abraham, remember Moses, remember what you told, because they understand God don't care. God don't care that you're sorry now because you messed up. So sometimes we got to put in remembrance that, hey, God, man, hey, I know that you're not feeling me right now, but remember what you said to the person that you was feeling. Because, man, just like that, I want you to say that you still care. I want you to say that you forgive me. You can't tell, bro, that's being a narcissist, to mess up and to have somebody and to tell somebody you want them to forgive you and then they just forgive you because that's what you want.
I want you to forgive me. I want you to forgive me. What?
Speaking of,
she said, I want you to say that you forgive me. Like, she didn't even say, I want you to forgive me. She said, I want you to say that you forgive me.
Right. Man. A lot of times in the world, they get you with that now. Right. A lot of men done fall to that, right? With the puppy dog eyes and whatnot, they'll get you with that. But one thing about it, like I said, man, you cannot play the Most High, right? You can't play Rashad. Right, we can see straight through all of that. When you had the time, what he said, when they had the liberty to do my law, they loathed it. When you had the time to do right, to come forth with the truth, right? You hated the idea of it, and now that you found out, now you want to apologize. Now you want me to forgive you. No, it don't work like that, right? Psalms 12 and 2. You read that, Brother Azrael?
Book of Psalms, chapter 12 and verse 2. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak.
Yeah, Brother Obadiah just said, man, flattering words or soothsaying words, right? And we all know them people, man, that live them double lives. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, right? With flattering lips and with a double heart they speak. We all know them people, man. You ever seen somebody that came into the truth or started keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you ain't seen them in a while, and then you see them, and you follow them, you go maybe on Instagram or Facebook, and you scrolling, dang, brother back celebrating Easter. The brother had an Easter service. You know what I'm saying? The brother ain't got no fringes on no more. You don't wear no fringes no more. The brother got a shrimp plate. But then when you see him, randomly you see him out in public. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Yeah. How you been? I've been enduring, King. You been enduring? I just seen you on the Easter flick. What you talking about?
I've been giving in.
They're like, yeah, man, I've been trying, man. Shalom, I love you, brothers, man. You know, I love this truth. No, you don't, bro.
That's
You
that
lying.
conviction, bro.
You tell them, hey, I saw you take that Easter picture with the actual Easter bunny. I saw you do that. Yeah, bro, you saw that, bro? Yeah, so like, I into negotiation with my rib, man, and her family. They just, if I want them to hear me out, I feel like I gotta, show them that I hear them out. So it's one thing to hear them out, brother. You are taking a picture next to a grown person in a bunny suit.
Right.
Hey, that's just like the brother, when we was teaching in Valdosta, the Christmas lights and stuff behind us, and the brother was in the truth. He went out there with his wife and the kids,
Right.
and he didn't
Right.
expect to see no Israelites out there. We like, bro, ain't that brother that's teaching with so and so now?
Hey, that's a
kind of
perfect.
seen and dipped out.
That's a perfect example of Nunu and Aaron, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right? On the it was a Sabbath day at that. I can't even say on the Sabbath day you were a different person, because on the Sabbath day, well, yeah. So on the Sabbath day, you shaking the hand, but on a regular day, you out taking Christmas photos with the lights and whatnot with your family, man.
Yeah.
So like, I remember it was one Sabbath though, downtown Macon. It's a brother that we know that we invited him to some feast days, and he'd been out to camp with us a couple times. And we saw the brother as we are leaving camp, and it was either Isaiah or it was Denal that was like, what's that brother name? Is it Zion? I don't think it's Zion. It's you know what I'm talking about? We got to that intersection.
Talking to me?
We got to that intersection, and the brother was right. He was like at the corner.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
What's that brother's name?
He in the truth still?
I forgot his name, but I know. If I forgot it, if I can't remember his name, it's because the Most High don't want us to mention it.
Yeah, Tad. Yeah, something. I don't know. I can't remember.
He probably don't want us to mention it, but I know who you're talking about though.
Colin, we saw the brother.
Multiple feast days.
Yeah, I said that earlier. So yeah, we saw the brother, man. I couldn't see no fringes, and it was a Saturday. We wrapping it up. He know where we teach at. What's up, y'all, brothers? With Shalom. He saluting Yahweh Shem. He saluting us and everything out the car window. Man, in my head, I'm like, bro, all that Shalom, Yahweh Shem, that sounds good. But what are you doing out here downtown on a Saturday with your fringes off? Like,
hey,
I don't know.
Brothers when brothers feel like it's like what I'm talking, like brothers be out of character.
The brother had the nerve to be like, he said, I was really just about to start looking for y'all because I know y'all be down here. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Brother, take them fringes off to do madness, man.
When we drove past you, bro, it did not look like you were headed towards our direction, bro.
Bro, are you downtown Macon Saturday, bro? And you ain't go to the brothers first. What you doing? What are you doing? What you?
Right, man.
People be ashamed of the Most High, man.
And people be living double lives, man. People be on that errand, right? Behind closed doors, and you will get your chain snatched, right? This is Hosea 10:2. Moving along.
It's my turn.
God.
It says, Hosea 10:2. The heart is divided. Now shall they be found faulty. He shall break down their altars. He shall spoil their images.
Right, man. When your heart is divided, now shall they be found faulty. That's what happened to Aaron, right? She got found out that her heart was divided. She wasn't giving her all to Rashad. Rashad didn't even know about half of her life, right? Really the majority of her life. And when that happened, just like the Most High, right? He broke down the altars and spoiled her images. Took that chain back. Snatched that chain. And the Most High will do that to you if you're living a double life, man, and you're double-minded, right? A few more precepts. I wanted to go over this, man. We went over how and why she got her chain snatched, but we can't leave y'all hanging. We're gonna help you guys out. We're gonna help you get your chain back, right? We're gonna help you get that chain back. How to get back on Rashad's good side.
Before
I believe.
before you do that, can I pull up one more precept?
What is
Before
it?
we move on from that,
Con.
Matthew 25:25, because some of y'all may think if you have good intentions, the Lord cares. The Lord don't care if you have good intentions. He cares about your actions, whether the actions were right or wrong, right? You could say, well, Lord, for example, in that movie, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, play devil's advocate. If you found she was scared, playing devil's advocate, she was scared that if Rashad found out who she really was, Rashad wouldn't want her because he would think that she's uppity and that she thought Rashad wanted him a hood girl. No, Rashad just wanted somebody that was gonna keep it real, right? And so she hid it because she was scared of that, right? So she may have had good intentions. She didn't want to lose him, right? And it wasn't the fact that she was trying to play him. She didn't want to make him look like a fool. She didn't have a laugh at his necklace, right? So she may have had good intents, but her actions ruined the whole thing, right? So I wanted to read this real quick, 25 and verse 20, verse 25 and verse 26, right? Matthew 25:25, the parable of the talents. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast is thine. Right? Verse 26 says, his Lord and Salakia. Can you go to verse 24? My bad. Right? Verse 24. It says, then he which had received the one talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man. So she said to Rashad, I know that you're from the hood and you might want a girl from the hood. I know that you was a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. Right? This is his good intention. I knew that you were this type of person, right? And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there hast that time. Thou hast that is thine. Right? And here's the point. Verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him exactly what Rashad said. Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not and gather where I have not strawed. Salaki, verse 27. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own usury. Right? Pretty much saying, hey, look, you knew what to do. You knew the right thing to do, right? But you didn't do it. If so, you would have told me your real name. If so, you would have told me your family's background, X, Y, and Z. And, if I'm roughly paraphrasing, if you keep on reading this, he goes on to say you're not entering into the kingdom pretty much. But that's what happens. You may have good intentions, and your good intentions will cause you to sin. The Lord do not care about your intentions. He cares about what you actually are doing.
Con, man. Con, man. You can try to justify it all you want to. It's not gonna matter, man. She tried to justify herself. She said, only thing that's different than my address. But hey, it's like, bro, I don't even care about that, man. Why are you still here? You know what I'm saying? Why are you still here? You can't justify it after you've been made out, after the truth has come to light, and not by you. Right? We're gonna get into that, right? How can you get your chain back? How can you get your chain back? It's 2 Corinthians 13:5, right?
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates?
Right, man. Except you be reprobates, man. Them reprobates are them double-minded people living double lives, man. Christ is not in you if you live in a double life. You can, you look around and you're around a bunch of Christ-filled people, right? Anointed people, and you try to pretend to be them. That's what Nuna was doing. She said, hey man, I'm looking around. She's seeing her surroundings. I can act like this. Matter of fact, I can do it better than them, right? It'll look good in to the eye, but deep down inside you're a reprobate, man. Deep down inside, you're living a double life. You know what I'm saying? Examine yourself. Is that you? Sometimes you get caught up, and I'm sure to her, she did it for so long. It was just her. It was just no. It was regular life for her, living a double life. Sometimes for us it gets normal, right? We don't realize that we're living a double life, and it's become normal. Examine yourself. Are you the same person out in the street as when you get home? Are you the same person that that you display to the world that you are at home? Do you treat people do you treat strangers the same way you treat your family back at home? Or do you treat them better than the people you got at home? Or vice versa, right? Examine yourself and get right. Don't be a what you don't want to be this word that was in Stump the Yard, right? He looked at brother. It was really the weakest comeback ever, but they made it seem like he did something when he said it. You're a pretender. Don't be a pretender, right? Do not be a pretender. Let's go to the book of 2 Chronicles and 7. Yes, there's some wisdom in the book of Chronicles. It's not just a bunch of names, right? There's some wisdom in the book of Chronicles. It's 2 Chronicles 7:14.
What he not telling you, you got to read like 30 million names before you get to the wisdom, bro.
Hey, man. Sometimes it takes time taking the wrapper off. Sometimes, man. Sometimes it takes time, peeling the skin off before you get to the actual the substance, right? But 2 Chronicles 7:14, I think it's back on Brother Azrael, if I'm not mistaken. You're on mute.
The book of 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Right, man. It might not be overnight, right? But if you want your chain back, this is what you got to do. And you got to start making it you got to start making it known. Like when Nunu got found out, from that moment on, she didn't put them big behind earrings on no more. She ain't put no crop top on with the low riding jeans. She didn't put no gel in her hair. She was Aaron from that moment on, right? She had to come with the truth of who she really was to get back in Rashad's good graces, man. The same thing with the Most High. You got to stop pretending. You got to come as you are, like the Christian church like to say. You got to come as you are and let him deal with you, right? And build yourself up. Humble yourselves, pray, seek his face. Like Aaron, she sought out Rashad's face, no matter if he was pissed at her or not. Go ahead, Brother O.
Yeah, man, and she probably be surprised how many people would like her more when she was truly being herself. And the same thing with brothers that may go out and teach, and you can hear it how they teach. They teach like they teach like their favorite person that they like to watch. You can tell the things that they do, the hand movement that they do, they emulating another person. But if you go out and teach your way, right, and just be yourself, you may attract more people, right? You may bring more people into the truth because of how you teach, not you trying to teach like somebody else.
You sitting up here trying to emulate somebody else. Nunu trying to emulate somebody else, and she did gain some popularity and whatnot from who she was trying to portray. But like the brother said, man, you don't know the talents that the Most High has bestowed upon you to share with the world, right? To multiply, right? And so you suppressing yourself, not knowing that your real self can be more than the person that you trying to portray, right? You think, oh, this person has all these followers. This person gets all the clout and popularity. So if I be like them, it'll bring me the same thing. Not knowing if you be yourself, that person will want to be you, right? Stop living a double-minded life, man. It really stems from insecurities, right? First John 1:9.
1 John chapter 1 and verse 9. He said, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
Right, man. You gotta confess what you did, man. You know, and you gotta confess it until it's genuine, right? You know, confessing it when you get caught, we don't really know if you're genuine, right? Of course, we got to see your actions. The fruit of a man tells what type of tree it is, of course. But you got to confess, man. How, you know, when you deal with relationships, not even talking about man and a woman, but you know, friendships, all of that. When you catch somebody in a lie, you really just want them to confess what they did. You know what I'm saying? To let them know that, hey, man, I know that you know that I know that you messed up, right? And there's some satisfaction that comes with that. And you not trying to explain yourself and justify why you did it, all of that. Confess, take the blame, right? Go work on yourself. And then, you know, we can start from there. It will never get better if you never confess what you did was wrong, right? I think in relationships in general, that's the number one thing that ends relationships, is that when somebody has wronged somebody, they have they you know, we see, hey, man, I'll say it like this, man. You know, men might feel like this about women. Women might feel the same way about men. We both kind of feel like, hey, man, you can never do no wrong. You can never apologize, right? A lot of times, man, apologies do go a long way if it's sincere, if it's genuine, and it's not followed with justification, right? Hey, man, I apologize, man, but it's just X, Y, and Z. It's just da 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 da. Nah, man, say you messed up. You're a messed up person, and you're gonna try to clean it up, right? And a lot of people will respect that a whole lot more. We talked about this not too long ago when we talked about being the quarterback as a leader of a household, right? You know, we can always complain about how the team that we got, the offensive line that we got isn't all great and all that stuff. The situation we got put in is not all great, right? We can talk about that all we want to, but all the fans want to know is, are you going to figure this out? Right. And sometimes you got to take it to the chin, take the blame, go to work. And then, you know, and then at the end, that's one thing I think all these podcasts is good for, is that when you retire, now you can go sit back and you can tell people the stories about what was happening behind the scenes and what you was dealing with, all this, that, and third. That's when you can do it. Right. But when you in it, man, sometimes you just got to, don't justify, don't make excuses, just put your head down, do better, right? Confess your sins and do better, right? I got one more. This is a classic one, man. I gotta go to the Apocrypha for this one. You already know where I'm going.
Man. Hey, you know, too, another example in something simple in the world. Now, the brother Denal, you know, it happened to him, and you know, all praises, nothing happened to the brother, right? He was able to keep his job. But there's some jobs that will fire you on the spot for a mistake like this, right? You may be working a job where they give you freedom to drive a vehicle. You had good intentions to fill the vehicle up, but what you actually did was destroy the whole vehicle by putting diesel in the gasoline or gasoline in the diesel, right? Your job can look at you and be like, yo, we don't care what your intentions was. You're fired, bro. Like, I'm down a whole vehicle. Like, I understand your intentions was to fill it up for me, but bro,
right, man. And I'll add to that too, man. You know what, you know, so you know, long story short, I was working this new job, and you know, we had to do boy in Asia for sure. Hey, look, and there was a delivery portion of it, and this is, you know, I'm from, you know, when I first started working, I was just, you know, strictly in the back in the warehouse. Now they want me to do deliveries and they want me to drive, right? Now I get to this vehicle, it don't look like a diesel vehicle, right?
Okay, Nunu.
And we driving, and you know,
I want you to say you forgive me.
about to run on E, and so, you know, long story short, I put the wrong fuel in the tank, right? And then we driving back, and something just don't feel right. The car every time I push the gas, and the dude beside me. Now I will say this: the dude beside me had been working there for about 5 years, right? He ain't tell me what type of gas to put in there because he was sleeping, right? And he was supposed to be up. He really was supposed to be driving that day, right? We get back,
driving ain't got nothing to do with putting fuel in it.
Look. But he was supposed to be showing me the ropes. It was my first trip. And so we get back, and he said, bro, what type of gas you put in there? I said, shit, regular. He said, you joking? I said, nah. He's like, he said, it's diesel. I said, swear. I said, you tripping. I said, you trolling me right now. He said, no, I'm for real, man. We might have to bring this back to the shop, man. It's not riding too good because it was riding, the vehicle was riding so bad, it woke him up. That's why he prompted me to ask me the question. And so, from that moment on, he was kind of mad, like, and he kind of was washing his hands with it, like, it's not my fault. We get back to the place. I'm trying to tell my head manager what happened. He ain't hearing it, right? All he worried about is that there was 4 more stops we had to do that we can't do anymore. That people was waiting for their furniture for over a month, and then now they can't get it on the day that they were supposed to get it, right? And so to the brother Azrael's point, you can justify all you want to. Sometimes it don't matter. Sometimes it's, hey, I did the right thing. I told him, I said, man, after I tried to justify my situation, I walked away. I could tell he was still pissed. He was, old Edomite, man. His face turned red and whatnot. I went back up there, man. I said, hey, man, I can get it done. He said, how are you going to get it done, Ashton? We don't have a truck no more. I said, I can go down the street and get a U-Haul, man, and finish out the rest of the routes, man. So that's what we did. We went down the street, got a U-Haul. I paid for it out my own money, and we finished out the routes, and he was actually very happy about that, and it was kind of water under the bridge after that. But at the same time, you got to think, man, stop justifying yourself, put your head down, and get better, do better, right? And that's kind of what I had to do, right? But this is Baruch 4:28.
Baruch 4:28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Right. Seek him 10 times more, man. That's what you got to do. That's what I aimed to do when I messed up putting that gas in that diesel truck. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a truck, by the way. It was a Sprinter van, right? It was a Sprinter van. And I know people be like, how can you do that? All diesel got the green lid. The whole truck, the whole Sprinter van was green, right? The company colors was green. The whole
thing got to do with the handle, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, you should have snitched on Buddy that was over there asleep though.
Bro, I didn't.
Really his fault too.
It was, and so like I didn't have to snitch because the people in the office was already talking bad about Josh. Like, where was Josh at? What was Josh doing when all this was happening? And so they was already murmuring.
Well, you an agent too now.
No. So they was already murmuring. I didn't snitch. They was already murmuring, and I just kind of let it play because I do believe that he could have prevented me from doing that. Hey, but I put my head down. We got the U-Haul. We got it done.
Water on that boy. Should have woke him up, threw some water on him.
Well, I didn't think I had to. It was a long day. The brother had 2 jobs, and I was trying to let him rest. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to let him rest. And so like, it's not rocket science putting gas in the car.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, if that's your case, then y'all got to hear me out with Nunu, bro. Nunu was trying to tell Rashad the truth. The problem was the same time she tried to tell him the truth, bro. You know what happened? Got arrested. They got into a fight. Him and Uncle George was beefing. So he called her up, went to the skating rink. She said, "You talk to Esquire?" He's like, "Nah." And then she was like, "Well, there's something I got to tell you." As soon as she said that, he said, "Well, if it's bad news, I don't even want to hear it. I ain't got."
She should have said it anyway.
No room for no bad news right now. She was trying to have empathy towards him the same way Denal was having empathy towards the brother.
Hey, check it out, right? So 2 different situations, right? Since you got Baruch up right now, I said seek him 10 times more. It goes straight into Denal's case because he spent his own money to get a whole U-Haul to rectify the situation.
Hey,
Sometimes,
check it out too. Check it out too.
sometimes-
I asked the brother that was with me because he had to finish the routes with me. He came with me to get the U-Haul. I said, bro, you want to go half? He looked at me. He said, I ain't got it. And so I had to pay for it all by myself, bro.
Yeah,
crazy.
so like,
That's
you know, 10 times more. So like, and sometimes you have to do that 10 times more for the Most High God to look the other way from what you just did. Now, I was working a moving job, and it was a brother on his first day said that he understood how box trucks operated, said that he's operated box trucks and all of this.
Cap.
He get to the gas pump and he put gasoline in the diesel box truck, and let's just say they didn't have that grace. You know why they didn't have that grace on him and they fired him after the first day?
You know how to do it.
Because he tried to defend himself. That wasn't me. What? No, I wouldn't do nothing like that. Bro, you're the only one that was in that truck that day. Who else did it, brother?
That's the quickest way to get fired too, man. Is if you're trying to pretend to be somebody you're not, right? You saying you got all this experience, and then when somebody puts you to the test, you end up putting the wrong fuel in the tank. Now, for me, I never once told them I knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I never once let them believe that I knew what I was doing, right? But you got a lot of people out there that'll do that, and they'll get fired, and it would be the same situation as getting your chain snatched, right? So again, man, living a double life and being double-minded, being one foot in, 1 foot out, being a hypocrite will get your chain snatched every single time. But sincerely coming to the Lord, humbling yourself, putting your head down, getting it done, being better, doing better will get you that chain back, right? That's all I got. Any brothers got anything else?
Yeah, I was just wondering. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, to the movie ATL, I don't really like the way it ended because he like cut all his friends off too. So like, if it was me,
You got him back.
I might have, told I might have forgiven Aaron. We don't have to date or nothing. I might have forgiven her, and I probably would have still skated with my friends. It ain't that deep, bro. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, bro.
No, he didn't, bro.
He did not.
I thought he said at the end, I got my girl back. I got my friends back.
He said we ain't winning skate wars that year, but then he went into how he got his girl back, his friends back. They didn't win skate wars because they didn't skate because he cut them off.
Yeah, like that whole thing, I thought he was being a little emotional, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
It's light skin, bro. Light skin, man.
I was like, what your homeboys got to do with
light skin, bro?
I don't want to kick you.
You looking at it like y'all knew the whole time.
You know how light skin people.
That's what he said. One friend. What? So only one friend, but he thought all of them knew because at that point it's like you don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how light skinned folk get down. But I will say this too, mighty lesson, and I want to just add to the point of how to prevent from getting your chain snatched. One thing that we all can do that Aaron did, well, I put it like this: Aaron didn't learn that behavior from herself. She got that behavior from her father because her father was living a double life himself as well. The reason she took on the role of wanting to be ghetto fabulous is because she looked at her father as a hypocrite because he was trying to hide where he came from. He was ashamed and not proud of where he came from. But that's kind of what I want to say to the viewers is just like, one thing about it, man, make no mistake, regardless of where you come from, if the Lord want to put you in a position to succeed, get in that, not get in that position, but if the Lord want to put you in a position to succeed, he will. You don't have to hide anything or fabricate anything about yourself to get a status, to get a following. If it's in your will that the Lord wrote down for you to have a set status, to be financially wealthy, to be this multi-millionaire, whatever, you don't have to hide where you come from. You don't have to hide who you truly are. And that goes for not only the people like Aaron, but the people like her father too, because again, even in this society, we have a lot of brothers and sisters who would disown their own people just to fit in with other nations, to get good with other nations, to take part of the wealth of other nations. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to have a family, provide for your family. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have money and live a good, great, financially stable life. But it is something wrong when you have to deny your association with people just to get to that point. You know, it's just almost like somebody saying, well, not professing to be an Israelite no more, even though they are, like the brother Denal brought out earlier. You go on the street corners on the Sabbath and you kind of trying to hide your face because you're scared you might see your boss. And on the street corners, you yelling Kwam Yasharala, death to these nations, but then you go back to work and you just like hiding everything about yourself, you know. So that's all it is. Mighty lesson, you know. Yeah, you don't got a lot to kick it, man. You don't got a lot to kick it. Just be authentic, be you, and that'll help you prevent from getting your chain snatched by the Lord.
Man. You know, there's a brother in the truth, man. He said, number one way that you mess up, for lack of better terms, is if you know, you're trying to be something that you're not, right? So strive to be yourself, strive to be actually holy, not just pretending to be holy, man. But that's all I got. If the brothers ain't got nothing else, man, I hope you guys like this lesson. Hope it was edifying. You know, we give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of his only begotten Son, who's an instrument of salvation, who also said, if you ain't helping to gather, you actually helping to scatter, right, by default, right? So gather yourselves together, O nation, not desire. Let's keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's not be hypocrites. Let's live in our truth and actually be holy. And we'll see you guys next time, Wednesday, tomorrow. Brother Obadiah, Lord willing, will be here again, man. And we'll have a fun time again. Right.
Bring the milk and cookies.
Folly, bro. That's folly, man. Yeah, man. That's on Xmas Eve, man. Might do a Christmas rebuke.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
All nighter. Prepare yourself to stay up all night, brothers.
Come on, man. Well, with that, man, we say shalom, man. See you guys next time. Hopefully it's tomorrow. Y'all join us. Don't meet us here. Beat us here.